Adab, salam, namaskar. Welcome to New India Education Trust Beyond Classroom Motivational Web Series. Friends, in this series, we bring you the success story of a few selected persons from different fields they are working in. Like we bring you teachers, engineers, doctors, and all professions. Today, we have a wonderful lady who had been very successful, who had risen from primary school teacher to the post of principal within 18 years with her sheer hard work. And that is Mrs. Sophy John, who is joining us from United States of America, from Virginia, and she's with us. She had gone to US last year, and again from the principal in Kuwait, she had gone to US, and in US she had joined an elementary school again as an elementary teacher. I think that will be a wonderful experience for her, and we would like her to share that experience also. So welcome Sophy John to this motivational web series. How are you?
Good, sir. Good day, sir. Everything is good. Fine going on, sir.
Good. Nice to see you after a long time.
Yes, it's nice. It's a great pleasure for me actually to talk to you, because always you are a great mentor for me. And whatever I am today, whatever success I have attained, that is only because of you, your support. You had some sort of confidence in me that has brought me here.
Oh, thank you. I just did my job, whatever I had to do as a principal and as the head of the team, that was my duty. Let me tell the people one more thing about you, that as far as your education is concerned, I saw that you were brought up in Punjab. You had your schooling in Punjab, so that way you are half Punjabi, and you are a Keralite, a Malayali, and for your graduation you went to Kerala. So you did your graduation from Kerala. Again, for your masters and for higher studies, again you came to Jalandhar in Punjab. So you are a Punjabi as well as a Malayali. You can speak Punjabi also, I know.
Yes, my third language was Punjabi, so I had to learn Punjabi in school. Yeah. So I did till my 10th. I completed in Punjab, that is in Jalandhar, in St. Joseph Convent School. So after my 10th, actually at that time there were some Punjab riots were going on. So my parents were planning to switch over to Kerala and just move on to Kerala. That's why in between I had done my graduation in Kerala, in Trivandrum. Mm-hmm. After those around 5 years, I studied in Kerala. And then to do my B.Ed, by the time the riots had settled, everything was solved. So for my B.Ed, I came back to Jalandhar. Uh-huh. And if you ask me about my dream was totally different, not to become a teacher, not to go on to the teaching field. My dream was something different, but my father's dream was to make me a teacher. He always used to say that the best place for a female person is a school. It is a safe place. So he wanted me to write, there was an entrance test. He wanted me to write the entrance test. And that's how I got into the teaching field.
Yeah, he thought it rightly. Actually, this is what usually fathers believe, that teaching job is the best job for ladies, for girls. So this is what they believe. And yes, there is no doubt about that. It's a noble profession and you are into the right profession. Then Sophie, you got married, and after marriage you came to Kuwait, right? And in Kuwait, you had joined India International School as a primary school teacher, right? So do you remember your first day in that school when you joined that school?
I cannot forget that. The day I stepped into, that was actually when I was just, I came to Kuwait in the year 1998. So for the first 1 or 2 years, I was at home, and then I had my son, so I was taking care of my son. But for me, to sit at home idle was something which was not my cup of tea. So I told my husband, I have to look out for some job. I cannot sit at home. So he was fully supportive, and he told, yes, you can go on. That's when we just heard about a school coming up in Mangaf. And then I thought I'll just go and apply. So when I stepped into the school, it was just all the construction was going on. Like only the basement was, the ground floor was ready. And I entered, I didn't know the director was there right at the gate. I didn't know he was the director. I spoke to him and I asked him, where is the office? I just want to see, give my CV. So he told me, you can just go inside and the principal will be there. So you can just go and give your resume there. So I went and gave my resume, and within 2-3 days, I was called for interview. And it was my great pleasure that you were the person who interviewed me. And very soon I joined. I still remember it was January 21, 2002 when I joined India International School, Mangaf.
Okay. So you remember the date also, your
Yes.
joining date, because in Kuwait, that was your first job.
That was my first job.
And I remember, Sophie, though you were taken as a primary teacher, and when you joined, you were given the work of a clerk.
Yes. Always I feel like whatever work we are being assigned, we have to do justice to that work. And above all, we should be ready to do any sort of work. And now, if I look back, those 20 years, if I look back, I feel I was ready to do every work. That is why I'm able, after when I became the principal also, I could look into each and every minute problems of every department. I could understand their problems. That was only because I worked in all the different departments of India International School.
Yeah, do you remember Natasha Miranda?
Yes, she was a French teacher, a good friend of mine.
Yeah, and she was also taken along with you.
Yes, we both had the interview on the same day.
And I think same day you joined, both of you.
Yeah, we both joined on the same day.
So that is, and then later on, because the school started in April 2002 and you joined in the month of January. So from January 21st to, 31st March that year, you worked as a cashier, as a clerk, as a receptionist, and, everything in every department.
Yes.
Yes. So that was a wonderful, experience. And then when you, the school opened in the month of April in 2002, the primary classes started. I think we took up to grade 7. And then you were teaching the primary classes. Now in that school from 2002, and then which year you were promoted as principal?
Principal, I was promoted in 2019.
In 2019.
After Mr. Bashir Ahmed left.
Yeah. So in 17 years, from primary teacher to the post of principal of the same school, how are you feeling?
That was a different feeling, sir. Actually, after every few years, I was given different promotion, and I still remember the first promotion that was as a coordinator. That was when I was English teacher, and from English teacher, you and Rama ma'am, you had called me and told me that you will be the coordinator, overall coordinator for classes 1 and 2. And I was not ready because I was not confident in myself. So I said, no, I cannot do that, because a coordinator has many responsibilities, and you have to take care of all the teachers. You have to talk to them. You have to assign jobs. So many duties are there. So I said, no, I cannot do that. But you said, you and even Rama ma'am, you told, no, you can do. We can see some potential in you, so you can do. So I still remember those words, and that was my first step towards all this ladder going up. So from there, I started going up, and then later on, from the coordinator, I became the examination in charge, where I had to take care of all the examination departments, all the examinations conducted inside and even the outside CBSE examination, everything for the whole school. And then in the year 2013, I was promoted as the vice principal of classes 1 to 5. And then in 2019, I was promoted as principal of the whole school.
Yeah.
So that was journey for me.
Yeah, this kind of prize, we hardly find anywhere, that within 17 years, you join an organization at the lowest level, in the teaching job, the primary teacher, as a primary teacher, and then after 17 years of the same school, you become the principal. So this is a wonderful achievement, actually, and this usually does not happen. This usually does not happen, that in the same school you are joining as primary teacher, and then in the same school you are becoming principal. So this, this achievement is really an excellent achievement. And yes, now you are in US. Again, you have joined an elementary school as an elementary teacher. From primary teacher, elementary teacher to principal, and then from principal again to elementary teacher. What difference do you find?
So there are actually my son, around 19 and a half years, I spent in India International School. So whatever I became there, that was with the support of my higher authorities. Like my director was always supportive. All my other colleagues used to tell me, whatever you go and tell him, he will agree to it. So he was always supportive to me. So all my success was with the support of my higher authorities. Even the chairman was very supportive. May God bless his soul. So he was very supportive. So from there, when I reached there, all of a sudden in 2021, we had to migrate to US. My son was already studying here, and my husband got a green card. One option was there. He was working for the US Embassy in Kuwait. So they were given an option of a green card. So in 2021, we had to migrate to US. So after reaching here, everything was new. The whole system, everything is new. And for me, sitting at home idle is not, again, my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I thought I have to do something. And in my profile, it is already there that I am a teacher. I am into the education field. I thought I'll look out for some jobs in the school. So when I just spoke to some of my friends here, they were telling about the system here. When I heard about the system, it was totally different. Everything is different. So then again, I should know the system. First, I should know the system. And the best thing to know a system is to go on to the lowest level.
Yeah.
So that's when I thought I'll go. I got some offers from the middle school also, but still I didn't opt for the middle school because the elementary school will be the best where I can understand the system. From the base level, we have to understand the system. So that's how I joined the elementary school. And again, from there, as you said, from there, I had to, it took a few days time, it took a few weeks time for me to come down to the level of these students again.
Yeah.
But as our school in Kuwait, it was from KG class to 12. So I was already there with the students.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel it much difficult, but the system is totally different here.
Yeah, system is different.
Yeah, that was little something which was difficult for me to get adjusted with.
But this is, I know that the kind of positive attitude you have, the smile that you always wear on your face, that always helped you. And I'm sure in US also, in Virginia also, your positive attitude must have helped you in getting into the system. And now I'm sure you must have been well adjusted into the system.
Yes, I have got adjusted. Now I know the system because now I've got into the system and the whole thing is going on now.
Yeah. How many months have been when you joined there?
I joined in the month of October.
October. Okay. Yeah. So it's, almost 7, 8 months.
Yes.
Yes. So it's you have adjusted and everything is fine. Okay. Do you miss Kuwait?
Yes. I have spent around maybe around 23 years there. So I miss Kuwait.
Yeah.
And many things, as I said, many things here, even whether it is the education system or many other rules and regulations here, discipline-wise, there are so many positives are there. But still, whatever it is, I miss Kuwait.
Yeah.
I miss my friends. I miss my school. And I was just telling my director, Mr. Malail Musagoya, I was just sending a message to him, even though physically I am here, mentally I am with the India International School.
Naturally, that school you have seen from, rising from few students and to the level of 2,400 students, big school. And then you were there, you got, time-bound promotions you got, and that was your success story actually. Now, let me come to one more thing, the basic difference is you say, that there is a difference between the system. In Kuwait we follow a different system, and in Kuwait also we follow Central Board of Secondary Education. India, the Indian curriculum we are following. In US, it is US curriculum. It's entirely different. So what is the basic difference that you find into the elementary education?
Here, it is more of child-centered education. It is not like the teacher is standing there and giving lectures or just the teacher is talking. Here, the children are at different levels because here multinationals are there. And that is one reason that I got adjusted, because first, when I came to US, I had a confusion because I'm an English teacher, and teaching English in the United States, it was like a question mark for me. So then when I got into the school, there are multilinguals here. So it's same like Kuwait. There are so many children coming from different countries. Yeah. So they don't know English at all. So as of now, I'm teaching English to those students, those who don't know English. The students are there in different grades, different levels are there in each class itself. So the children are being given special attention, different levels, different teachers are coming and giving special attention to these students so that they come up to the level of that standard that we don't find in our schools. Our schools, we just go forward with the instruction or go forward with the syllabus which we are following. We don't see the different levels of the students. So the children have to go a big laps in order to reach that level. So if in case they want special attention, they have to go for some tuition or something like that. But here, the different teachers are coming and they take care of the students. And the teaching tools which we use here, it is totally different. Different methods are used because in Kuwait or in our CBSE system itself, what happens is we are imposing some sort of a concept into the students, and some method is there. We follow that same method. Each and every, if there are 40 students in a classroom, all the 40 students have to use that method. Actually, different students understand the same concept with different methods.
Yeah.
Not that all the 40 will understand this concept with one same method. So here, different methods are taught, and whatever method the child is comfortable with, the child follows that method. Our final thing is the child should get an answer. For example, if it is mathematics, the child should get an answer. That is the final thing. Yeah. Irrespective of the method the child is using. But for us in our Indian system, we need the rules and regulations. There are some steps. They have to write the steps. Without the steps, the child will not get the marks, irrespective of the answer.
And I mean, there are marks for each step.
Yes. So the number of educational tools that we get here, whether it is for language or it is for mathematics or even for the social studies and for science, we have projects and hands-on learning happens here, which we don't see. It is not that I know the limitations what we have in Kuwait. So it is not that we cannot do in Kuwait. We can do so many things in Kuwait. In our school system itself, there are certain modifications we can do so that it becomes a child-centered. If it is child-centered, the child gets motivated to learn rather than imposing education for the students.
Actually, this is, each child is an individual. If there are 30 children in the class, there are 30 individuals. So naturally, their needs are different, their potentials are different, and, their capacity of learning is different. So the teacher has to handle all the 30 in a different way. But unfortunately, here it doesn't happen because the number of students are, large in a class. Whereas in US, I'm sure the teacher-pupil ratio must be excellent.
Yes, it's just 23 students maximum.
Maximum 20 students. And not only one teacher, there will be one assistant teacher also. There will be some home teacher. That also matters. And then the rooms must be full of teaching aids.
Yes.
Which you generally don't find here, in Kuwait. So that is also one thing that makes a big difference. Anyway, let me ask one very personal question. It's related to accent. You are born Keralite. You speak Malayalam as mother tongue. Then you are brought up in Punjab, so you speak Punjabi. And now you are and you are a teacher of English. Now you are in America. Now the accent is entirely different. The Americans, they speak English in a different way. It's not like British. British they speak English in a different way. Americans, they speak English in a different way. Even sometimes these spellings are different, in American English and in British English. How are you doing? How are you managing, especially the American accent?
Even I had the same, I had a sort of a fear, maybe. I cannot say it as a fear, but a concern was there for me. Like, I was in a British curriculum throughout, whether it was my school education or my career journey, it was a British curriculum we were following. And so once I reached here, my main concern was whether I'll be able to adjust with the accent which the Americans are following, or which the Americans are speaking. But after reaching here, in the beginning, a few days or few weeks, I was like, for me, it was a little difficult to understand them. And many a times when they are speaking, I had to think twice, and I had to register that sentence into my mind, frame that sentence in my mind, and then understand them. So now slowly I have understood that it is not that they have a different accent. Their way of speaking is different, and the pace of speaking is different. That's all.
Yeah. Naturally, it is their mother tongue. It is their mother tongue. It is their mother tongue. When they speak mother tongue, and when we speak, or when we learn a language, as a mother tongue, or we learn a language as a second language or third language, that makes the difference. But yes, with practice, with a lot of practice in listening, with a lot of practice in speaking, we all acquire those accents. We can learn. That is. But yes, now, because it is 7-8 months, you are with the school, so now things, you must be used to it now.
Yes.
Yes. So now, we are towards the end of our meeting. I would like you to suggest, to give some ideas, or to give some suggestion to the teachers, who are working. There are sometimes teachers feel that going from primary to middle, and from middle to senior, and then again coming back down to middle or primary classes, is it something like demotion, coming from top level to the lower level? Would you term it as a demotion?
No, sir, I don't term it as a demotion, because even when I was the principal, or when I was promoted as the vice principal, sir, that is director sir, always used to tell me, you should not teach. Now you are in a position where you should not teach. You cannot, because there are certain limitations, you cannot teach. But I said, no, I have to be associated with the children. And if you are with the children, you will always update yourself. If you are not associated with the children, or if you don't go and teach, you will not update yourself, especially when you have a passion to teach.
Yeah, that's right.
That is another thing. So I don't feel it is a demotion coming down to the elementary level. I feel it is like you are into, and as you grow older, you feel you have to be with the children. That will keep you energetic. And that's always your train will go on forward.
And you always remain young in the company of children.
Yes, you will remain young.
Yes.
So for everyone, I'll say that it is not that like you are getting your salary, or you are getting any promotion. It is for the promotion that you are doing, or for the salary you are doing your work. Whatever work you are doing, it is irrespective of all those
and things. You must enjoy. You must enjoy that. At whatever level you are working, you must enjoy.
And the greatest award for a teacher is one fine morning, one child is coming in front, a big child is coming in front of you and saying, ma'am, you remember you taught me in this class. So that is the greatest award or recognition for a teacher.
Yeah. And a teacher is always a teacher.
Yes.
Whether and at any level you are working, whether you are working at the kindergarten level or at the primary or secondary level, you remain a teacher. And I tell you, personally, I feel the toughest job of a teacher is to teach the kindergartners.
Yes.
Now the beginners, those preschoolers, that is the toughest job. And I really salute them, that the way they handle them, and the way when they come to primary school, these children, when they're ready for the school, they really come fully prepared. So I salute those teachers who work at the lowest level. So we should always feel pride in that I am a teacher. At whatever level I'm working, I know that is immaterial. A teacher is a teacher. Thank you, Sophie, for joining us and sparing your time.
Thank
it has
you,
been wonderful.
It was a great pleasure talking, and I'm happy that I have been a part of this series. It is a great motivational series, sir.
I'm sure some girls, some youngsters, when they will listen to your story, they will surely get inspired that yes, if Sophy John can do that, why not they? So I'm sure your success story will inspire, will motivate many youngsters. Thank you, Sophy, for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
That was our today's special guest from Virginia in United States of America, Mrs. Sophy John. There are, very rare examples. You will find a person who joins an organization at the lowest level, and then the person rose to the highest level in that organization. This is one example of Mrs. Sophy John, that she joined as a primary teacher and rose to the rank of principal in the same school within 17, 18 years. That was her success story. I'm sure this story is going to motivate, inspire many youngsters. I'm sure you like this talk, you like this video, and you will like and share it with your friends. Don't forget to ask them to subscribe to this channel, New India Education Trust Beyond Classroom, as this is your own channel and this is purely educational channel. Thank you. Have a great day.